What is up, everybody? It's Thursday night. You know what that means. We're in the pit with Josh the Mosh. We got a new format, new ways of doing things. Hope y'all like it. We've been kicking it around, so let's start explaining what's going on. So I do that by bringing in numero dos, like we always do. What is up, man?
Oh my God. It's me. It's numero dos. It's
Twins.
me.
Twinsies.
Man, y'all already heard from Josh. We got a new format, and quite frankly, we're really kind of digging the new format. We're gonna move forward with a more roundtable vibe, which really we're just gonna, instead of having like dedicated segments like tune in to Deathmatch at 7:35, tune in to AEW at 7:40, we're just gonna give everybody their dedicated time slot to talk. So we're
together.
Yeah, we're all
together.
We're kind of meshing these next couple weeks, and then we're gonna start reintroducing wrestlers back into the mix, putting them in the pit in the old round table. So here,
but in the round table, that's the twist. It's like we're going to be bringing guests, but they're going to join us in the round table, and then we're going to talk wrestling and get their opinions on what we talk about.
Yeah, it's going to be like The View. Like I'm Rosie O'Donnell, Josh is Whoopi Goldberg.
Obviously,
Juan is Joy Behar. You know, come on, guys, you've been there.
I mean, y'all get the vibe. I mean, it's like looking in a mirror. Cool. So what we're gonna do though, we're just gonna say whoever's here, we're gonna introduce and start the show that way, and then rocking on. So we're gonna bring in our AEW expert. So don't mind her.
It's been one of those weeks, guys.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy week. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We talked about how we're switching up the format, and for those of y'all that are normal, Mel's not normally here with us at 7:32, so there must be really special to talk about today in the round table. Mel, what you got in mind?
I had to wake up early for this, guys.
But before we get that, we have someone else here too. That's the whole point. We got to bring everybody in. See, you already messed up the new format.
Man, I'm too excited.
Way to go, numero dos.
So we also are going to touch on the G1 because we've been hyping it up with our Puro Bro. So can't hesitate to bring him in. I mean, he knows he loves AEW now too. Like that's his favorite thing. I don't know.
What's up, y'all?
So let's bring him on in. What's up, man?
Not much. Another day, dollar. Oh shit! Another day, another dollar. How y'all doing?
Man, you get that big money. Like
I know.
Shut up, man. Y'all, man.
And he's got more money than me.
Y'all need to stop spreading that out there, okay? I'm going through a divorce, okay?
You don't want the judges to be hearing that. So let's recalculate.
I'm officially broke.
I can't wait. I can't wait till this happens, and they're like, "Oh, he's got millions." And when they talk about the evidence, it's just gonna be like, his random drunk friends just keep talking about how rich he is. I want some of that money, and the judge is like, "Nah, dog, that's not the same."
No, it's all wrapped up in New Japan promote tickets or G1 tickets and tickets.
I don't have merch. You can have all my shirts in my
exactly.
Hey, I mean, I love shoes too. I mean, I'm just saying.
That's right.
I mean, that haircut costs more than my clothes. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, stop it. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean,
it probably is.
No, yeah.
Gift. $5. I'm wearing chocolate and shorts, as y'all always know. These shorts have depreciated down to probably negative value.
That tank top he's wearing,
20-some years.
That tank top he's wearing is like a $60 tank top.
Yeah, like I'm wearing these, and that is a thumbtack from.
I just exposed myself there, didn't I? Shit, no, this is not. This is just Muhammad Ali. I love Muhammad Ali. I'm saying.
Yeah, those ain't cheap. Anywho.
Yeah, I'll say that ain't cheap.
Those ain't cheap. I've shopped at that store and just kept on moving. I didn't buy anything. I shopped. I didn't buy.
Yeah, I can window shop at those stores.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, those are nice. Yeah,
man.
I got rich friends that have those.
Hey, at the end of the day, we're all wrestling fans. Yeah, we're here for some wrestling.
Well, we're all wrestling fans. You're a wrestling fan and an anime fan. And a movie fan, and a basketball fan, and a football fan, and an X-Files fan, and I'm sure fans of
X-Files.
Anything about.
No, MMA, also boxing, Doctor Who.
Oh, there it was.
A little bit of everything,
I veered too far left.
Doctor Who, right here. You can't take my spot. That's where we overlap. We're overlapping again.
I'll let you wear the Whovian hat.
I love that.
Big win.
I know nothing. Like when I say Doctor Who, I'm like Doctor Who, like who? Like I don't know.
Exactly.
What you're talking about. I have no idea.
Exactly.
I've
have
never
no
seen
idea.
a single episode of Doctor Who, and I'm a huge
Same.
sci-fi fan. It's just
What?
It's not my thing. I've seen every Star Trek 50 times. No Doctor Who.
That's ridiculous. Man, you need to stop.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Don't talk to me that way.
I can't name a single thing about it. I don't know anything about it.
That is
No,
so
that's-
sad.
I know there's
David Tennant was a Doctor Who. Like that was great. I heard it was
There you
great.
go,
I heard y'all enjoyed it. I heard y'all loved it.
Number
Yeah.
10 was amazing. Dr. 10.
He was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Freaking love that guy.
Love it.
Anyway, this is not a sci-fi show, and I'm ready to talk about this match that I haven't had a chance to see, so I got to get all my facts from the pit. Tell me
Oh my
about
God.
Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega.
First of all, before we even get into that, can we say, did he or did he not need to give a shout out to the E before that match?
What's that?
Was it trying to get fans to move over, or was it a literal
That's a good point.
thank you? Or was
So-
it a literal thank you to E, thank you to the fans, or was he trying to get fans to move over?
But
You know-
why did he wait so long to do it?
You know
That's
what?
what I'm wondering.
Like he's been out WWE for months.
So
Right.
okay,
But
so
the first match, like you got to think about it. Like the first match is the nail in the coffin. Like that
Right.
is
yeah.
the semblance of the Daniel Bryan era is over. The Bryan
Right.
Danielson era
Is
has
it-
begun.
It's
Is
back.
it the first match or this first appearance? Because he appeared at
First
All
match.
Out.
No,
It's
no,
first
it's the
match.
first match.
It's
But
first
I mean-
match.
But if
Yeah.
he appeared, that means he's not at the E.
But
anymore.
WWE lets people appear. WWE lets people appear. They don't let people wrestle. So you can
Well,
have an appearance outside of WWE and still be WWE.
Yeah, but
I think
not
it's
AEW though.
the first match.
Okay, I feel
So,
that.
so in my opinion, because I've been following Bryan Danielson for like a lot of his career. I don't. He's not the kind of person that's just kind of like, oh, hey, I'm trying to get guys over. Matter of fact, he even said, I don't want to do the yes thing because that's a WWE property,
Right.
and I want to respect them because they asked him, please don't do that, right?
Yeah.
I really think he put that letter out because knowing it's his first match, it became real to him. Like it's sure showing up and do whatever, but having his
He didn't
first
get here
match,
without you.
yeah,
there's
it was
no-
like-
Yeah.
So there's no extra significance of it being day of.
I don't
Even though
think
the match
so.
was announced. We knew it for a week. Like the
I
match was gonna happen.
don't think so. To be honest, Bryan Danielson doesn't really care about any of that. Like you said, as when he showed
I
up,
agree.
he's always said that, hey, I don't care about the business. Y'all talk about business. I'm here
Yep.
just to wrestle and have a
Well,
good time.
he loves wrestling. That's
I
Yeah.
feel like part of it was because he got. I mean, same thing with Adam Cole. They both got heat. Like, oh, you MFers, you guys jump ship. You guys turn your back on the E that made you. Now you're in AEW. I feel like it was instead of like they both have said those straight out. They enjoyed their time there. They had their run. They're trying something new. But I feel like Bryan Danielson doesn't want heat from any of the fans of the E.
And his
know what I
family. And because he legit has family members in
Yes.
WWE, like his wife is still part of the family.
Right.
His I guess what is it? Is it because I don't watch the show? Is that his father-in-law, John Laurinaitis? Is that?
Yes,
is that
that's his father-in-law now.
so he's there too.
Stepfather-in-law.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disconnected. It doesn't matter. That is some real WWE fan base
Oh.
thinking. Like Brie
Pause.
Bella has not.
Hey, Rod.
Rock here.
Right
here.
Okay. Carry on.
No, real talk, Brie Bella has not been on TV since Bryan Danielson's return, and I only know that because we all went to WWE Hell in a Cell in San Antonio in October of 2018, when they had that intergender match, and shortly after Brie Bella disappeared, and it's just been nothing but babies and life for her.
Yeah.
And John Laurinaitis is a family member by marriage. That is not
Right.
Daniel Bryan's actual family member. Leverage to make him say, I'm going to shout out that.
Oh no!
No.
I don't.
No.
I guarantee you. Like I think it was all his idea.
Yeah, no.
I was just questioning the timing of it.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I think legit. It was him saying, like, I'm caught up in the moment. This is about to happen. But the reality of it is a
So-
large core of my fan base for the last 10 to 12 years
Yep.
is may not tune in. And he wanted to say, before
Right.
I go on this journey that some of you may not go on with me, I wanted to say thank you for getting me here. And I can relate to that.
Yeah.
But hey, I'll say though, he does consider him family because if you watch the show at all, they actually do have some pretty funny interactions. I used to watch the show. Anyways,
You need to stop with that shit, Angel.
Wow. I didn't mean to be not so caught up on the.
no, I'm not
No,
anymore. I was
Josh,
forced
I
to.
think we have a
Total.
blue button for that. I think. When
Total
people-
Bellas is what he's talking about, though. He ain't
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
Booty-
Bellas.
He's
No,
on the-
he's talking about Pluto.
He's on the E.
Not Total Bellas.
He's
Was.
on the other.
Was.
He's on the other E. He's on the other E.
Yeah, I was. It was a dark time in my life. You know, I was forced to watch a whole lot of stuff that I didn't want to watch. You know,
Who forced you? Who forced you?
we're not gonna talk
Himself.
about her. We're gonna
Yourself,
keep it
yeah.
moving. Anyways, so hey, I like that match.
So 30 minutes. They went 30 minutes time limit
Okay.
draw.
Was anybody surprised by that?
No.
I said it before the
Absolutely.
bell rang. I
No.
turned to Manny and I said, "This is going to be a time limit, 30 minutes."
When I found out,
I said it before the match started. I
Yeah,
was like, "There's
sure.
no other finish that's going to make sense."
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as
and that's
someone,
not a bad thing.
Nope,
No.
not at all.
That
yeah,
match
as soon
was
as someone
amazing.
said in the chat that it was a 30-minute match, my first instinct was that's going to a draw because you
Yeah.
have to know, like you got to think about it, like. Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him, has been itching to get back to the wrestling part of his life. And Kenny Omega has not been feuding with people that can go like Bryan Danielson and New
Oh, no.
guys can go.
Absolutely.
And trust me, like I know everyone's like, oh, the long play and blah, blah, blah. This is not the last time you've seen Bryan Danielson
No.
and Kenny Omega. And the next time it's going to be even bigger.
Yeah.
And the 30-minute time limit draw is duh. Like, of course.
Yeah. You
and
know,
then him immediately tweeted, "No rematch. There's not going to be a rematch."
Yeah.
Okay.
but you know what I love.
You gotta
that
do
too?
that, though. Perfect.
I love like the mindset change that Omega showed. That it's like so he actually could have beat Bryan Danielson by count out, but he actually went outside and
Yeah.
dragged him
Perfect.
back in
It's
there.
perfect. That match,
Yeah,
I have no critiques of that match.
Exactly.
It
No,
was
exactly.
great.
So I was like, yes, because he's like,
30
I want
minutes
to
of
beat you.
greatness.
This isn't like I need to. This isn't like I just want to
You
win.
don't
No,
win like
I
a
need to
bitch.
beat you.
You don't win
Yeah.
like a bitch when you're the American Dragon.
Exactly.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And the pop and the sound before they even locked up, like,
Oh man.
and then Brian has a big smile, and Omega's like, "I don't
Yep.
give a fuck.
That's
I
what
don't
I,
give a fuck."
that's what
He
I
was like,
love
"I don't
about
give a fuck." It
the
was
AEW
perfect.
universe, though. That's what I love about the AEW universe is because they know the history of both of these guys. They're not just like, oh, hey, who's Bryan Danielson? I don't know him because I've only been tunnel
It
vision.
clears any of that. Yeah, it clears
Yeah.
all that up quick.
That's what I love the fact.
Because now they're gonna be like, "Well, this dude's legit." Yep.
Exactly. You know their history.
Smart.
You know the fact
You
of why
gotta
he's
do
called
that.
already called the American Dragon. You
Yeah.
know Kenny Omega's history. You know Bryan Danielson's history. You already know what's going on. You've been a wrestling fan since the beginning of both these guys. You've seen their journey. So to finally see them in together is just. It's one of those things that another one of those things that you never thought you'd see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But AEW somehow put it together.
I'll tell you, there's two other times that I've seen that was once when it was let's see,
Evil.
no, fuck off. No, it was before Kenta Kobashi versus Samoa Joe in Ring of Honor back in 2005, 2006. Before
Yes.
the rank
Yes.
went going
Yes.
nuts. It was like, this is crazy. And Tanahashi versus Okada in Dallas G1 because
Yeah.
that's another matchup no one expected to see. I'm telling you, when that bell rang, that whole place just fucking blew up.
That
I
venue
chills just like
was
this time.
vibrating. I was on the floor. I was standing on the concrete to the ground, to the Texas ground, and I could still feel the vibrations. Like I've never been a part of anything like that beginning of match. You're not wrong there, Pure.
Exactly. So it was great. So that's what I'm saying. I think, like I said, overall, the match was perfect. I mean, like I think they told a great story. It still showed because I'm not gonna lie, I have not seen Bryan Danielson in a couple of years. So it's good to see
he
that
hasn't-
that
he
he's
hasn't
still,
wrestled much. Yeah.
he
A lot of
can
people haven't.
still go, which
Yep.
is great. I love the fact that how they were teasing like the finishes and stuff like that. I love how in the end, then is there. Oh, I love there's no fucking interference. No
Right.
interference. I
There was no
love
need for that yet. There's no need for that yet.
No, there was none.
Loved
It was
it.
so clean. But
Callis didn't
just
even do shit. Callis didn't even do shit. He was there the whole time.
what I love, and I know this is totally, but the editing to the match, like they didn't do. I get that's what I got me annoyed already with the E was the whole shaky style, the cutting, blah blah blah. They just let it go. They cut to the right points. I mean, I love the way the production style, the way they did it as well. It was
Yeah.
it was perfect. You
In a-
didn't miss a move.
In
Yeah.
a tough venue,
You didn't miss a move.
and they had a lot of issues with that venue.
Of when they did
Yeah.
when Punk came in and AEW put out like a 2-minute snippet of their production truck.
That was
Oh,
brilliant.
yeah.
Segment. And like, so you got to see like the
Yeah.
8 different camera views that they had. You hear the guy that's like, go to 4, go to 4. No, 6 is good. 6 is good.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was like, man, that was 2 minutes. Imagine doing that
Yeah.
for
2
A whole
hours.
show.
doing that for 3 hours. It might
Yeah.
really make sense. Like when you look at like how much goes into the production value of a wrestling match,
Yep.
like that's 2 minutes. Like it makes a lot of sense. Like I love that AEW is not pushing the mark. I love that AEW is not saying we need a 3-hour show. We've got to
Mhm.
bring in talent. Like AEW has embraced saying, you know what? You're not going to see Cody every week. You're not
Right.
going to see fucking Young Bucks
Thank God.
every week.
Yeah.
You're not going to see these people every week. It's going to be tit for tat,
Yeah.
it's gonna be back and forth. And you really don't know what you're going to get. Like, not to break away from the main event scene, but Max Caster had a call out with Tony Khan last night. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you know what? You want some rap battle? Let me give you some Uzi verse. And it was like, wow, holy shit.
Whoever the fuck that is, but yeah, he's
No,
a rapper. Right?
he's a mumble rapper. He's a mumble rapper. So I mean, honestly,
No,
they're
but like,
the
I'm not
same
saying
level.
that they don't have to bring out legends.
I know,
but
I know,
that's
I know.
not-
No.
That's
We know, we
Come
know.
on, bro.
Thank you, Roland.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Hold on, that
If
makes-
you
that
never
makes
saw
this.
Cody again, that would be fine with me.
Yeah, it
That's-
makes sense.
that's-
So, what you guys
That's the
think about
topic I want to
starting the
talk
event?
about.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about starting the event
Starting
with that
to
match?
the main event.
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
no
I
problem
thought it
with it
was great.
whatsoever. No problem
I mean,
whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean that.
That's the second toughest spot to do a show. Period.
Yeah, I
It's-
loved
it's
it.
Hardest, that's the
Agree.
second spot to deliver. That's the hardest one to deliver with the opening match,
Yeah, no,
Like,
that
it's so
opening match
important.
was amazing.
and it helped everybody on the card.
Yeah.
Like that match just set the whole card. Like even them booing Cody, which that's not
Yeah,
going to get
which
into.
I want to talk to you about too.
Because he
Like,
was just like,
he got booze. This is
He was
the
just like-
third time in a row he's come out and gotten booze.
and
Hey.
he's like, okay,
I was gonna say if you look at his outfit now, I don't know if anyone watches The Boys.
Yeah, yes.
Homelander, like before. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get a picture.
do you
like,
ever sleep?
No.
How the fuck do you watch all this stuff?
No. Like literally,
Holy
literally
shit!
one time at like
Like
4
I
in
don't
the
sleep and I
morning-
can't watch that.
One time at 4 in
Yes.
the morning, I hit the group chat and I was like, guys, I drank 2 bangs. I cannot go to sleep. And Angel was like, drank 2 bangs. And I was like, someone else is
Please.
up.
Yeah.
see this guy right here?
Oh
Yeah,
my
you can kind of see
God.
it.
Come on.
Did this guy
He's
play the
going-
evil?
He's going
Evil
full
super-
Homelander.
Stop it.
See, thank you.
Come on.
He even came out with a fucking cape. I'm like, I
Yes.
think
No, I know, but that's not like honestly, like y'all pay way too much attention to Cody, and that's why he does this shit.
no. But if you notice the way the match was laid out, you started seeing a little bit back of a heelish Cody.
Well, yeah, I mean,
now.
he shoved Arn.
Yeah,
he
we shoved Arn
Yeah, I know.
when his
but-
girl came in, did the middle
Do you
finger.
think that was
Yeah.
the plan before he came out? Do you think that was the plan?
I
I don't think
would
that was the
so.
plan.
No,
I don't think that was the plan.
No,
I think
see.
I think he made it happen during the match.
See, I would slightly disagree because Cody is a huge comic fan.
Yes.
I know he must have
Cody is
heard
a
people.
huge Cody fan.
No. But
biggest.
hear me out. He must have known that people were saying he looks like Homelander because if you look at his outfit, he's never wore that kind of outfit before, and now it's looking more like that character, and now you start acting just a little bit more heelish.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've
I
gotta
agree
come
with
in
the
here.
spot.
I've
I agree with
gotta
the
come in
white
here.
spot.
I've got to come in here because I don't care. First of all, and second of all, like Cody is living rent free in everyone's head. Like
Yes.
if you look back, it like honestly, like it was cool. The first show, like the first All In and all that bullshit when he did the Throne Breaker stuff, like it was cool. But honestly, like Cody, everything, like it's building to this shit. And here's the facts: Cody's working everybody because he's too smart to know that shit is like. At first, we're all like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Homelander," but then 30 minutes later, we're like, "Really, Cody Rhodes again?" The
But-
Cody
so-
Rhodes heel turn is 100% intentional. Those heel
but-
drives in the match were
Yeah.
perfect.
But that's my point. That he knows that he's starting to get a little more heat. So
Yeah.
he's starting to double down with stuff like that. And
Yeah, absolutely. He's jumped the
it's gonna
shark
happen.
on purpose. He's jumped the shark. He's jumped the shark. He's doing it on purpose, and he's doing it for the fans. He's giving them their pop, and for the people who hate him, he's just rubbing it in their face.
Okay,
And that's and
I think last night was it last night? Yeah, last night was the nail in the coffin though of his face run.
Here's my question.
It's gonna turn up. It's gonna turn up next week.
Is Cody just rubbing the green lamp over and over and over again? Like, these are basic low-hanging fruit wrestler tactics. Like, oh, I'm going to be all about myself. Oh, I'm going to be like super califragilisticexpialidocious. I'm going to be an open challenge champion that never loses. Like, these are rhythmic ways to build a heel. Is Cody pulling the low-hanging fruit here? In my opinion, and it's not to say that Cody can't be great. Cody is an amazing talent, up and down, in-ring, out-of-ring, persona, everything.
He can go, for sure.
Low-hanging fruit to me. The over-obsessive entrances, the narcissistic, the egotistic, like this is leading to a Dusty Rhodes style heel run.
That's the whole point. If you notice from the very start of AEW to the way the stuff with Arn, he's taking classic 70s and 80s wrestling booking. So he's doubling down on being the dream, right, and all that. But a character in the 70s worked great. And 2021.
But is it though? But did you not hear? Did you hear all those boos last night?
No. But that's the point.
That was energy. If they didn't give a fuck about it, they would have been quiet.
No. But that's my point though. It's that character is okay. So he brought that character right, and it got him where he wanted to go, right? Then he started realizing, okay, if I still keep playing this kind of character, it's gonna start getting me another different type of reaction, and it is because he started getting booed for the first time because people are just legit tired, and I know he knows that.
It's like 3 times.
Low hanging fruit, like you said.
AEW.
Have you been smoking?
AEW.
You've been smoking.
He means in AEW, I assume.
In AEW.
I think he just means in AEW.
I said, yeah. You know what? Hey. Why did I say myself? But enough about Cody. What about Malachi Black?
What about Malachi Black?
I mean, putting him over again.
Put him over great. Comes off super strong. You know,
stuck in a storyline with Cody like everybody else in the past was.
But he gets put over at the end.
Yeah, he gets put over. He's getting put over. He's getting built up. I agree with somebody who said that the little incident with Brandy was cringy.
I hate that.
It was. But and as much as I do like some of the stuff she does, some of the stuff she does and comes up with is cringy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why. And I actually had this conversation. I was like, at one point, does Tony Khan say to Brandy, no?
Yeah.
No.
Some of your ideas do not work. No.
Okay. Real talk. But I'm going to ask you a question. Do you tell Brandy that her ideas don't work with Britt Baker on top of the women's division?
I would tell Brandy that, look, some things are not working. Before we even go down that path of another nightmare family cutting off hair incident, we're just going to go ahead and say no this time.
I think Brandy's ideas for Brandy don't work.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say. Like,
that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
She had a really good concept when she was like, believe in Britt Baker, believe in Thunder, believe in the women. Yeah. Like, she was right about everything she has said as an executive has come true. But Brandy as a character has fallen 100% flat in AEW 2 years running now.
Yeah. The only time that she got people going was during the tournament, and it was because she was in a tag team and everybody's like, oh, she's gonna make herself win. But lo and behold, somebody else won. Okay, she got us going. I get it. But at the same time, I was kind of down a little bit with the whole like little brand thing with Red Velvet. She helped put Red Velvet over. Yes, it was kind of cringy, but it helped put Red Velvet over. But the whole thing was with the whole like the American Family thing where she had Kong, excuse me, and where she had Mel, and I was like, damn, Mel shaved her head for nothing. She kind of wasted Kong's talents. by their doing the cutting of the hair. I was like, that's not the way I wanted to see her go out of AEW and retire. You know what I mean?
That was a shame. I was so disappointed by that. I was bummed out by that.
Such a bummer. And then you brought in Luther, and then it's just like it went nowhere because I don't know the direction she had it going, but it was not catching on.
Yeah.
And it was just like, damn, now you're stuck with Mel, Luther, and Kong in these positions, and then pandemic hit. That's the way Kong retires. It's like, God damn it. And then Luther goes, is obviously in another role, but then Mel is like, sorry, Mel, we signed you, but we don't actually want to use you. Right, guys, bye.
5-minute warning. 8:00. We have to move to the second half of the segment because God knows we need some G1 time, and I have some deathmatch stuff I want to talk about. We all got talking about today, so it's good. So any last thoughts on AEW?
Yeah, last thing, fucking Sting. Sting can still go.
Yeah,
it's great. Okay, so like when people talk about people like wrestlers' ages and stuff like that, and it blows my mind at his 62, 63 years old. Like Sting still wrestles like he does, and I think what's key about him is he knows his limitations. He's adjusted the way he wrestles, and it works.
When did you ever see Sting get to the top rope? When did you ever see Sting go to the outside? Sting was always a technical wrestler. He was always an inside the ring wrestler, and those guys have a history of lasting longer. Look at Jericho.
Yeah,
a lot of American wrestlers that don't do that type of stuff. Brock Lesnar. Hulk Hogan, I know I hate to quote that guy, but like a lot of guys that didn't get much off the ground could go into the 45 and the 50. Dustin Rhodes is another good talent at 4 separate decades, but he's not a high flyer. Yeah. He's not a hardcore. He doesn't do crazy stuff. It's technical stuff. So really, and when you're a technical talent, when it's a lot of holds, a lot of works, a lot of moves like that.
The Miz.
Really
that's going to be the Miz when he's 50.
Correct.
I know we don't talk about that, but
Good point. Miz is not a fucking top rope to the outside type of talent. And that's
his only injury guy was a fluke.
When you're 37, 38 years old, when other guys are down in painkillers and stuff, you're just kind of oiling the joints and the ligaments. You're working out. Like, you get more time. It's kind of like how running backs' time in NFL is severely shorter than just about any other position out there.
They go through 30 car crashes a game.
Right.
They go through 30 car crashes a game. Yeah. Just like these guys that jump out, they do that 7 times a week.
So really quickly though, before 8 o'clock, what do we think? Britt Baker, Ruby Soho. Let's talk about the women's match.
Britt Baker. Ruby Soho is so over in the world of wrestling and a good enough talent that Britt Baker's run needs to be supported by a talent by Ruby Soho.
Perfect.
Absolutely. When you talk about somebody who can take a hit and keep on going, Ruby Soho can take a loss and still look good here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
She don't need the belt. She don't need
that was
beautiful. And holy crap, how good has Britt Baker gotten over the last year?
And,
so good.
And not only that, Ruby Soho has been pushing everybody up from the bottom level for years. She can do it in a place that is known for reciprocating a thank you behind that action, saying, okay, you put over this person, we're putting you over now 6 months later.
Yeah. So what do you think? Is she getting the new belt? There's going to be a TBS title. It's going to be the women's new title.
No.
I don't think so either.
Not
she's
initially.
Too main event. Like, she's too main event. Yeah. If you put Britt Baker in that belt immediately becomes wrapped up in the main event picture. That belt needs to go to somebody that's not vying for it.
You're talking about Ruby, though, weren't you? Did you mean Ruby or did you mean Britt?
Oh. Does Ruby?
No. I'm sorry. I was saying, who do you think is in the next line for the belt? This TBS title. That's a new belt that's coming up. That's gonna be the new women's belt.
Yeah, the new women's belt.
I think that's gonna be Thunder Rosa.
Tay Conti.
See, I think
because she'll make it matter just like that. When you have a new belt, like you want it to matter.
And
I think Thunder Rosa is the perfect one.
A little different, right? Because if Britt Baker's gonna be doing this kind of interference, kind of nonsense, and all that, you want the secondary to go to someone like back in the day, like the IC title was a worker's title. It was someone who can work and do anything. I think Thunder Rosa would be perfect for that.
I'm wondering if they can give it to somebody like Chris Statlander, like a Chris Statlander.
Because I kind of think also Thunder Rosa is like next is the one that's going to dethrone Britt Baker. But
Oh, for
I
sure.
agree.
Yeah, but that's that. But to me,
But I don't
think
think that. But I don't think that
down
needs
the
to happen soon, though. I don't
line.
think that
No,
needs to
not at
happen
all.
very soon.
No, not at all.
Roland's with me. He says Statlander. Somebody says Jade Cargill. I don't know.
No.
Mm,
Maybe the
she's,
TBS one.
She's not ready yet. She's not ready yet.
Maybe the TBS one because they're trying to build her.
No,
but
no. To be honest,
I don't think
what,
she's.
Oh yeah, real quick, last second announcement. They just announced that Dynamite's moving to TBS. Like,
Yeah, that's why they're having
classic,
TBS title.
Man,
the 90s are back. There's wrestling on TBS on Wednesday nights. Come on
I
now.
know. I really didn't want to download another app.
Tay Conti.
Yeah, I don't
Tay
want another
Conti.
app. Damn it.
Hey man, I can relate to you on that. I can appreciate that, but I don't have cable. I get all my AEW from you guys because I use streaming services for the indies. I'm our indie guy.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I mean, I do it for Japan, so.
Real quick, what about Tay Conti? As the
That's
TBS
what I said.
champion?
That's what I said.
No.
Tay
I
Conti takes that title. Tay Conti can legitimately take the secondary title.
I cannot get behind her. What is her fucking gimmick? Why is she so happy? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is she happy?
She's
Why is
happy because she's made it to AEW. That's why.
But she's supposed to be like this. Fucking figure out her character, dude. That's all I want. Figure out what are you doing? What are you doing in AEW? Why are you so? I understand you're happy to be there, but WTF, man? Come on.
Damn, I forget how young JoJo is.
I was about to say, should we all like flip them off at the same time?
JoJo.
No, not JoJo. Come on, stop it.
Oh, I can't.
Wrestling on TV.
That's my little brother. I can flip them off.
Damn, I'm old, man.
Like, I look old enough as it is.
JoJo,
Like,
let
I
me
mean,
tell you.
old man.
JoJo, let me tell you that I used to talk to my middle school teacher about the kind of crap that Hulk Hogan got pulled on him in the main event on Nitro the night before. Yes, it's old. Anyway, it's my turn. I only got like 3 minutes, and I want to talk about a couple things before we move on to G1. So, real quick, the quick conversation. I want to draw attention to something. I don't know if it's a conversation. We talked about this today. There was a serious deathmatch tournament. As we all know, deathmatch tournament season is coming to an end. The summer's over, so tournaments end. We had one of the last tournaments slaved to the deathmatch last weekend. It was a real big event, but unfortunately, it was a real big catastrophe. For the second time, we saw Murdoch try to do a Canadian Destroyer off the top rope or off the second floor into the ring below. Slave to the Deathmatch had set up a setup of tables and chairs and random stuff for them to kind of fall into to stop them to blow because the ring was bare boards. Unfortunately, there was a disaster that took place, and John Wayne Murdoch and the wrestler known as Benny Cumberbatch out of Slave to the Deathmatch. Unfortunately, Benny was, at this point right now, he's paralyzed from that move. It did not go the way that it was supposed to. They did not land right. And we just want to take a quick second to shout out Benny Cumberbatch, and we're wishing you well in your recovery. This was not a deathmatch incident. I know a lot of guys really take time to shit on deathmatch wrestling, like, oh, tax and blood and all that. This was not that. This was actually a spot, and I really appreciated Mel's take on this earlier today because Mel is a huge AEW mark from day one here in the pit. Angels, AEW as well, and we all kind of agreed that this was a spot that we had seen the Young Bucks do. It's a spot we've seen Penta do, not to that degree, but something of a destroyer from an elevated stance. It's not unheard of, but my stance on this was pretty simple, and that's that the deathmatch community does kind of embrace that it is a lower standard of wrestling, an escalated stance of violence, and I kind of felt like that this is just not necessary. I didn't really feel like, as much as I'm a mark for big, high moves and stuff like that, I didn't really feel like it was super necessary when we did it with Orm Vite, but I trusted that because I trust Murdoch and I trust Orm Vite. But I felt like Slave to the Death, a Canadian Destroyer off the top story into a bare boards ring, was just a bad move. And now we have a bad setup. And I just think that maybe like it was a fluke incident that I don't think that it had anything to do with deathmatch. I think it had more to do with just an accident. Those guys didn't land the way they were supposed to. But not really a conversation piece for this part of it. We just want to take a second in the pit to wish Benny Cumberbatch a quick recovery. And John Wayne Murdoch, a past guest of the pit, has voiced that he feels a terrible amount of guilt. It was something they had agreed to together. It was something. Christian, hit me up in the DMs later on. I got something to talk to you about on that. But let me know. We will talk with you on that. But yeah, real talk. shout out to Benny Cumberbatch. Shout out to John Wayne Murdoch for doing their thing. And we're going to move on from that topic because it's not really a conversational piece. We don't want to open it up to be anybody's opinion. I know we all have opinions on what should and should be done. Benny and John Wayne Murdoch both agreed to this spot. Forced into it. It was something they both wanted to do. Deathmatch wrestling is important to those guys. So shout out to them for taking that risk, but prayers up to Benny and speedy recovery. But the one piece that is a topic of discussion this week, Matt Cardona tweeted earlier in the week that he was retired as a deathmatch wrestler. So for those of y'all that don't know a little bit of backstory, when you come into GCW, it's kind of like the 24/7 title. It's kind of like a title in a promotion that does all types of matches. This title is defended in GCW, and whoever gets a title shot can name a stipulation. You're going to end up in death matches. You're going to end up with stuff like that. And Matt Cardona tweeted this week that he was done with deathmatch wrestling. It was won. It was done. He's done. He's respected it, but it's over with it. Is this legit? Like, does he done or does is
no?
Because he also tweeted out RSP. He also gave big shout-outs to G-Raver this week. Matt Cardona has paid homage to a lot of top deathmatch wrestlers, and then immediately Cardona fears Effie. There's another fucking good one. But I'll play JoJo. Cardona versus Effie doesn't have to be deathmatch because Cardona versus Effie would be an amazing wrestling match.
It would be amazing. Effie's on
Cardona really done?
No, he's not done. And I just want to say, Effie has been on a fucking roll lately, man. That guy has just been killing it, and then put him in a tag team with Alley Catch, and she changed her gimmick. I mean, they have been just absolutely killing it on the.
If you are a member of the LGBTQ, all that community, like, you got to get behind Effie. Like, honestly, like when I talked to, like, I bought something from Effie the other day, and I specifically told him, I was like, man, 6 months ago we were at the Collective at your big gay brunch. And, like, it's just super powerful. Like, Effie is doing movements for the gay community. And, like, honestly, like, when we were in the Collective, there were people that came to Effie's big gay brunch that don't like wrestling. I heard people like, I don't even like Effie. But, honestly, like, this is a gay role model doing the things at the top of this game. Effie rules. Thank you, Roland. Effie is the
top 500
effing shit. And honest to God, like, I'm not gay, but I can appreciate what he's done. Honestly, it's super cool what Effie has done for his community and the community wrestling. Shout out to Effie, forever huge Effie fan.
Absolutely.
Shout out for him getting in the top 500 of that half bullshit list that came out on PBS.
Oh Lord,
y'all talked about that when I wasn't here. But
JoJo's got the shit Effie versus Matt Cardona match. But I agree with Mel. I don't think that Matt Cardona is. I think that the death match Cardona is done. I don't think we'll see Matt Cardona in a death match. But you're not going to compete in GCW and tell people that blood is off the table. Can't do it.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think that he's saying that just to keep the fans, on their toes, because that's what he likes to do. He likes to fuck with everybody, especially on social media. He works them so great.
Exactly.
He's so good at it.
And he's always been brilliant, but now he just finally can do his shit.
Yeah,
without being handcuffed.
So it's
he's
like
always been good.
Exactly. Like just like early this week, a random no follow Twitter account goes and puts out this bullshit story about I forgot his fucking name to do with the pizza cutter. God damn it. MDK. Nick Gage, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just had.
Holy shit! Do I got to kick you out of the show now?
No. Hey, I'm so focused on the G1 right now, dude. I can't think of anything else. But yeah, no. So there was this bullshit story that this random Twitter account with no followers put out there saying that he acted like a big diva. He didn't want to lose the belt to Cardona. He was super pissed. He was super angry about it. Just pissy about it. And then Cardona's like retweets and goes like, yeah, he did that. Like what the fuck? Like okay, yeah. So say he does shit just.
I want you to think about non-deathmatch. Like first of all, let's talk about what Cardona has done. At the end of his illustrious title reign, he has immediately drawn the attention of G-Raver, one of the top deathmatch wrestlers in the motherfucking game. And G-Raver specifically came out and said, you fucked with my gimmick, and that was not okay. You didn't ask me, so here I am, costing you the title, and now you pay the price for it. Ring full of glass. I'm with Mel. I don't think Cardona's done. being in death matches,
No.
but I think that Cardona is done being advertised in a match that could be a death match. I think that's the next part of the gimmick. I think Cardona finds himself in a wrestling match with G Raver that won't stay in the wrestling match rules.
I like that. I buy into that. I think that would totally get the GCW.
Cardona's been in a ladder match. GCW's ladder match. G Raver is the Jeff Hardy of the indies and deathmatch wrestling right now. And people say, like, oh, it's just deathmatch wrestling. No, like, when I tell you that G Raver is the Jeff Hardy of the indies, watch. If you have $15 to your fucking name, go out and find Fight and Watch 2 Cups Stuffed. There is a scramble with G Raver, Shane Mercer, Jimmy Lloyd, a ton of good guys. It's a hell of a match. But that match is the definition of why G Raver is the Jeff Hardy of the indies. And I don't think that G Raver is going to have a death match with Cardona, but I think those guys are going to burn it down because Cardona's been in a couple ladder matches, and so has G Raver. And I think that is the next big feud in GCW because G Raver just wrapped up his almost year-long feud with Jimmy Lloyd.
I can get behind that. I think it's definitely a possibility. Because I mean, Matt Cardona is definitely not going to be playing it safe. He's already, I mean, he's doing the whole Impact stuff, but man, what he's got in GCW is nothing compared.
Gold.
Like,
gold.
yeah, it's gold. Like
Gold.
Nothing compares to it right now. Nothing in his career compares to it right now.
Agreed.
He's got creative freedom. He's
drove
out of the
people
whole.
into it.
Yeah, he's got rid of the frosted tips. He's got rid of the whole pro scheme.
You remember when he won the what was it, the ladder match at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title?
Mm-hmm.
It's like as if everything after that never happened. And the next day, WWE fired him, and he said, "Oh, you're gonna fire me? Fuck you! I'm on the Indies." Because he came with that same energy. Like he was like, "This shit is my title. I've earned this my whole life. Like I've never been here, but I've been a wrestling king, so I deserve this."
No, see, but what also like brings him to like the same confidence is so he is the figure guy. Like when it comes to like action figures, he's the guy. He's like a god to them. Like he like they just found like he took off some glass that he still had from the fight with Nick Gage, and he sold that, and he sold it. And he still and someone bought that shit. So like I really think like him finding this other passion with figures really just put him to a point where it's like I can do whatever I want now, and he has the freedom and also the fan base also to support him in his new endeavor. So
if there's any up and coming wrestlers watching our show right now, Matt Cardona is a really good example of how far you can get in life when you get engaged with your fan base. Yep. Honestly, like I will stand behind any wrestler. Like there are a lot of wrestlers that low key I will boo the fuck out of in an arena. But if I see you in a Whataburger or at a gas station, I'm shaking your hand, I'm saying hi, what's up? Like there are wrestlers that engage with their fans to the point that like we're just like, you need boos, you need cheers, I got you. And that's really Cardona. Like Cardona's built his story so many times in WWE to get knocked down. And then for the indies, for Brett Lauderdale to be like, you know what? Fuck it. Take my title belt.
You know,
and see what you can do with it.
And I just want to say that he's never gonna get the credit because the people who win write history. But he is all of this social media stuff with wrestlers engagement. He is the originator of that. Before him, no one was on YouTube. No wrestlers on YouTube. No one was engaging people like on Twitter. He is the guy who started that whole movement. And now look where we are. He's never gonna get the credit, but he is the guy that started it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's how you got the job.
Yeah. I mean, really, like, anyway, we are quickly running out of time.
Oh shit!
I know you need at least 20 minutes
no.
to talk G1. So
all right, I'm gonna sneak something in real quick. In. GCW, they have been killing it on the indies, and then they added Ron Funches and Tony Deppen, and Ron Funches went on late night cutting promos, and I was like, how more mainstream can you get for wrestling, and not just for like high profile, but like indie wrestling, where you have Ron Funches on late night cutting promos.
Who's the bald white guy that was in the league?
Paul Scheer.
Paul Scheer was on the ring apron. Tony Deppen versus Funches in the ring. Funches gave him the ugliest Canadian destroyer ever saw. But goddamn, if it was fucking fun to watch.
But it was so great because Paul Scheer actually came out with Ron Funches towards the end, turns on him, takes him out. pulls off the robe that he had on, has the Tony Deppen shirt on, is like
Beautiful.
hugging Tony Deppen, and like Tony Deppen has his legs around Paul Scheer. It was
Beautiful.
freaking nuts. They have Danhausen out there doing his move with Ron Funches. I mean, the whole match was nuts, but it was so good to see a wrestler like Tony Deppen actually put over Ron Funches like that was amazing. I just think that wrestling right now is so crazy, but it's gone even more mainstream. Is, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, yes, comedy is another niche, but it's a little bit more mainstream sometimes than wrestling. But now you have, like, I have a friend who does a podcast with Paul Scheer, and she had no clue that he went to go do GCW, and she's like, holy shit, I gotta go see this. And she doesn't even like wrestling. She knows nothing of wrestling, but she's like, wait. She's like, on Twitter, she's like, Paul, you did wrestling? What? It's like,
which quick shout out to In the Pit alum for Chris Carter, who is making his GCW debut tonight at Emo Fight. If you haven't watched it, order it, check it out. It is a non-blood show. New York is a non-blood state, so there's no death matches on the cards.
Yeah.
Correct. The New York Wrestling Commission does not allow blood. The Athletic Commission does not allow blood, so all the GCW shows this weekend are blood-free. You can have natural blood, like you can have that, like, oh, I got a cut on my forehead, but it's basically like MMA rules. If guys start gushing, it's over. It's a wrap. So shout out to Chris Carter. Like, people were really shitting on this show, but honestly, and I know we got to move to G1, but this is really where the GCW fan base has to step up and be a fan base, because GCW's fan base has absolutely 110% embraced that it's not a sole deathmatch company anymore. It is not even a half deathmatch company anymore. It's more like 80-20. So when you have a card like this weekend where you have several shows in New York and there's not going to be blood, this is where you have to really show up and support that side of it, because people were really shitting on it. And I felt bad because I was super excited. I was like, whoa, maybe it's just but we got ASF on the card. We got Ninja Mac. We got Chris Carter making his debut. Tons of shit. That's a good point. That's why it took a long time for MMA to make it to New York. New York has a no blood rule. Blood is really a problem in New York.
Most commissions don't allow you. Most commissions don't allow you to bleed. So, like Oklahoma, same thing. So
Oklahoma,
Louisiana, Kansas, you know.
Louisiana too? You can't bleed in Louisiana?
No, it's got a commission as well.
Wow, that's a shock. Okay.
They have a wrestling commission, bunch of old guys sitting up there judging you.
Ooh.
So you can get a license.
Like most commissions,
most commissions.
Yeah.
Speaking of old guys on a wrestling commission, New Japan. It's time to talk about
do it.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh yeah, my bad. Okay, hey.
I'm ready to hear all about Evil, baby. I've been waiting all week to hear about
Evil.
And that is the end of my segment. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Okay. So hold on. So I'll say the biggest story. Unfortunately, I want to say first. The biggest story right now is Naito's out of the tournament. So this whole time we thought it was gonna be some COVID related, someone's gonna be taken out. No, it was Naito. Now the funny thing, no, that's not funny at all. But like, so he had this awesome match with Zack Sabre Jr. and I was like, damn, he's really selling that knee. Like, wow, because the whole time Zack Sabre Jr. was working that knee, and lo and behold, he was actually injured. So he is out of the tournament. So right now, what they did was they gave everyone an automatic 2 points, and they replaced him with Kojima, Nagata, and fucking Hiromu. So now what we do is have some awesome 2 matches. We have Hiromu versus Ishii.
Did you say they replaced them after all?
Yes. So
they're
gonna have like exhibition match, right? So it's like
sure.
Yes, to kind of still get the reps in. So it's gonna be Kojima, Nagata, and Hiromu. So and then what's cool about Hiromu is he's actually going up against Kenta and then also against Ishii, and that's gonna be a fucking bang burner. It's gonna be fucking amazing. Okay. All right, hold on. Excuse me. Okay, and then another thing is the B block is a lot better than I was expecting. I know I talk a lot of shit coming up, but it's the fucking G1, and I gotta remind myself that the fucking G1 people fucking put on their fucking working shoes and fucking work. I fucking love it. Like for example, I'll give it. Yeah, I'll say Evil. Evil had a decent match. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting.
You almost gave him 3 stars.
I almost gave him 3 stars. it would have been him against Yoshihashi, which I was expecting to be a good match anyways. But unfortunately, there was some interference nonsense, and then that in my opinion that lowered the rating. But overall, it was a pretty decent match. No, the worst performer right now is fucking Toru Yano. Motherfucking Toru Yano. He had one of the worst matches I've ever seen in a fucking G1 against fucking Kenta. As you can see here, he's doing a nut shot and all that bullshit. But then, okay, he's okay. Every time he does a G1, he does this tape thing, which I thought he got over it, but no. So they spent a good fucking 10 minutes of the ref taking out fucking tapes. Then there was tape in the back. It was fucking nonsense. I fucking hated the match. So it appears that instead of Evil having the worst matches, it's actually going to be Toru Yano. That's fucking unfortunate. But I will say the House of Torture is not really torturing me yet because they're having pretty
moving up.
Yeah, and they're having pretty good matches. So, for example, Sho actually
Did we talk about Evil yet?
Fool! I mean, yes, I said he did pretty good.
He's
You
not
just
the worst
missed it.
anymore. He's not the worst anymore.
He's not the worst right now.
He was
heard-
Toru
I heard-
Yano the worst.
No, it's
He's
Toru
moving
Yano.
up. He's moving up now.
Yeah,
That's what I
Toru
heard.
Yano's the worst.
Thank God.
God, okay.
We're wearing him down.
Yeah, and I would say the House of Torture, they're doing pretty good stuff. Sho actually is having really good matches against the Young Lions, and in my opinion, one of the biggest upsets of all time, Jujiro beat Ibushi in the fucking first night. And I'm not talking about like, oh, there's some type of shenanigans. No, legit pin him 1, 2, 3 with the big juice. My mouth dropped. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But I think this was because they're trying to set up the story of can Ibushi still go? But I'm going to talk about it in a second. I think they're going to change the story on it because without having Naito there, it changes the whole dynamic of the tournament. And also another thing that they're doing is they keep teasing 30 minutes, right? So if you go to 30-minute draw, now in the past there's been like a handful of draws and all that, but this is the first time that multiple matches have gone close to hitting 30 minutes and then something happens. So I truly think
Where did you
that
get these pictures from?
I got it from New
What are
Japan
they
and Twitter.
from though?
From Twitter. What are you talking about?
Like from what event?
G1, fool. What the hell am I-
Did you go?
Oh, fuck off. Anyway, so fuck off. So again, yes.
Wow.
So we're teasing 30 minutes. I really think at the final night, someone's gonna have a 30-minute draw is gonna fuck up their chance to win the tournament. So I kind of like that story. Let me talk about the top 5 matches that I've seen so far.
Besides
Let's see
Evil's
it.
number 1. But go ahead.
Dude, Chase Owens match better be in there.
No,
Owens versus Evil
unfortunately, it is not. But I'm going to talk about Chase Owens. I'm going to talk about. I'm talking about right now. So before day 3, Chase Owens versus Cobb was my 5th favorite match of the tournament. I'll say right now, people keep sleeping on Chase Owens. He had in a great fucking match. To me, in my opinion, it was a 4-star match against Cobb. Like he was getting thrown around like crazy. He was competitive with Cobb. There was a whole bunch of near falls. Like I was super invested in it. Unfortunately, because of day 3, it got lowered down. But but I will say, do not sleep on Chase Owens. I'm digging his performance so far.
I agree.
My favorite match of the tournament right now is from day 1. It was the main event. It was Ishii versus Shingo. Now, if you've seen Ishii, you've seen Shingo, you know what you're gonna get. 2 fucking horses going after each other, trying to knock each other's head off, and that's exactly what we got. It was great. I thought that Shingo was actually gonna lose, but he actually lost to someone else, which I'm talking about in a second. And I just want to point out that I think when it's all said and done, I truly think that Ishii is going to be. I'm going to talk about that match. Don't worry about it. And I'm going to talk about Ishii is going to be one of the top 20, top 10 performers of all time. This guy cannot have a bad match since he's changed over back to New Japan because he was somewhere else. From like 2014, 2012, he has banger after banger after banger. He's never going to win the IWGP Heavyweight Champion or Universal Championship, but he is, in my opinion, the best worker to have for New Japan. He will always have an awesome match, and Shingo is fucking Shingo. So I fucking love it. My second favorite match.
I love Evil.
Hey, Okada versus Tanahashi. These guys can have a fucking 4-star match in their fucking sleep. These guys, again, this feud has been going on since Okada came back as a young lion and wrestled Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom, and again, it's a classic Okada Tanahashi going back and forth. This is and that. What's key about this is though that Okada beat him with the Rainmaker, and he said, "Guys, the Rainmaker's back." So this whole year of having to deal with the money clip, which he still will do the money clip, he's gonna beat guys with the Rainmaker, and this is what we wanted. We wanted to see Rainmaker Okada again, and this is what we're getting. I'm fucking excited. Next, massive fucking upset right here. So Zack Sabre Jr. tapped out Shingo. Now, one thing about Zack Sabre Jr., no one wrestles like he does. He, in my opinion, is the best technical wrestler out there. I'm sorry, Gresham. I love Gresham. I love the Octopus. I love Daniel Bryan. But as of right now, my opinion, Zack Sabre Jr. is the best technical wrestler out there. It's amazing. They had amazing going back and forth, and he did the impossible. He tapped out fucking Shingo. So now this definitely means that he will get a future title shot in the future. So, hey, fucking great. Unfortunately, we don't have Ospreay, but we do have another Brit here with Zack Sabre Jr. Next match, fucking Ishii and Ibushi. Again, another fucking barn banner, fucking hitting each other super hard. And Ibushi actually won this match. So this is where, and we saw it. We didn't see the Ibushi of actually we didn't see the Ibushi of him trying to kind of come from behind. This was a really competitive match, and like I said, yes. And can't forget that. Yes, Zack Sabre Jr. did call Bryan Danielson, and Bryan Danielson has talked about wanting to go to New Japan. So the fucking dude, it's endless. I can't fucking wait for that. But yeah, with Ibushi, I truly think now we're gonna see a change in everything, and it's gonna be Ibushi is gonna be the actual what do you call it? It's gonna be the actual contender to actually win the block. And then last but not least, another match on the B block. What the fuck was that?
Was it not me yelling evil? Did it sound like something else?
No, it was Tanga Loa. It was Tanga Loa versus Sonata. And again, so what I love about Tanga Loa right now is he's a guy who's always been great, in my opinion, as a tag team wrestler. As a single wrestler, we get to see him actually have great matches. And him against Sonata was, again, a barman going back and forth. Tanga Loa actually kept up with Sonata every step of the way. So it's going to be a great performance for Tanga Loa. It's going to be great to see what he does in the future. So here for the B block, so for the blocks, it's way too early, but right now there's a whole bunch of ties with A block. So we're gonna go to the B. We're gonna go. Actually, my bad. We have Great Khan is in the lead with 6 points. Don't expect that to happen. Don't expect that to be the trend. He might be near the end, but now that Naito's not there, I don't think that we're gonna see Great Khan actually be that much of a contender. But we could see.
Hey.
Yes.
Ashley
Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Ash?
Ashley has a question.
What about
What's up,
Evil?
Ashley? Okay, well, let's talk about Evil. So Evil right now has 2 points, and his next match is going to be against Okada tomorrow. So we will see how he does against Okada. I fully expect Okada to beat him because he's gonna take that bum out, and Evil will have to do some other shit. But Okada is definitely gonna be taking it. So it's great.
Did Evil have a match?
Yeah.
Dude, you just fuck. Oh god. Okay. Again, just for the people that fucking missed it, Evil had a pretty decent match against fucking Yoshihashi. They had a pretty good match last year, so of course they had a pretty decent match this time. It would have been a much better match, but there was a fucking interference. Oh, another thing. So a big difference now we're seeing with Evil matches, and this is why maybe a little bit better is they're not gonna have all the House of Torture out there because they're trying to limit the amount of people with COVID exposure. So if you put all of the House of Torture guys there, you take out like 2 other contenders for the blocks. So they're not going to do that. So it's only going to be anyways. So it's only going to be one other fucking person there, and that's going to be that. So yeah. So Evil will be a contender, but we know it's not going to be. You know where Evil's not going to be at. It's going to be at a fucking Autumn Attack this fucking weekend. It's going to be fucking great. I'm super excited about it. And here, I'm just going to talk about this.
Aren't you going to Autumn Attack?
Yes, I got my hotel. I'm super excited. It's the first time I get to see fucking Robbie Eagles.
Limousine riding.
Front row card camera side. And
No, hey, Brad, hey, Brad, you'll be proud of me. I actually got a hotel that was less than $100. So I was like, you know what? Yeah.
That's because it's all going to merch, Brad. It's all going
Yes,
to
it is.
merch.
Yes, it's pretty fucking expensive.
Less
bro.
than $100. Oh my god! I
Yeah,
can't wait.
you'd
to
be
see a
proud.
picture
You'd be
of
proud.
I bet they don't put a mint on the pillow.
He's
No,
slumming
no,
at the
no.
Motel 6 at the Quality Inn.
Ooh, no. Look, I'm not trying to catch anything. Okay? I'm not trying to catch anything. Okay. So that's okay. So I will say I'm excited for Robbie Eagles. I haven't seen him. Actually, this is the first time seeing. Oh wait, I saw Jay White. Yeah, this is my first. So this is gonna be a pretty great match. Robbie Eagles versus Jay White. It's gonna be fucking love it. Next, we're gonna see Will Ospreay. Oh my god, I can see Will Ospreay with the fucking IWGP Heavyweight Champion. It's gonna be fucking amazing. I haven't seen Tom Lawler live, so that should be fun. Ren Narita, he's gonna be the guy who's taken over for Shibata, so I'm excited for that. I get to see fucking Suzuki, yes, against Fred Rosser, whatever. But who cares? I get to see the fucking coaches again is gonna be great, and then we have some multi-man match no one gives a fuck about. Oh wait, hold on. Actually,
hey, Multi-Man match is actually going to be pretty fun, I think.
yeah, no, you know what? No, I
Bruce
see that.
Robinson's in it. Come on. I love that guy. Chris Bay.
I actually met Darren Young. We went to Elimination Chamber. We went
Leo
to
Rush.
WrestleMania Access, and we were waiting in line to meet somebody in the Elimination Chamber. And two people before us, they switched it out, and it was Darren Young. So pissed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What a waste.
I mean, I'm saying that's awful. I'll be so pissed.
What a waste.
But I will say, Fred Rosser has wrestled better in New Japan Strong, so it's good for him. But I will say what's significant about this multi-man. Thank you, Mel, for bringing it up. Is this is the first time we're going to see Chris Bay, the new Bullet Club member with the rest of the Bullet Club. So that should be good. Juice Robinson, that's a guy who I think should no longer be in New Japan. He should go somewhere else because he's no. Hear me out.
Right.
He's hit. He's dried up. He's hit his cap in New Japan.
Okay, I'll get with you there. But the problem is where would he go? Impact, maybe Impact.
Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor.
I agree. Impact, Ring of Honor. You had that Bloodline story. Remember when Bloodline came into Ring of Honor and it was like a bunch of main eventers, and then all of a sudden they all got contracts elsewhere, and Bloodline was
yeah, it's yeah, you know, it's unfortunate, but I mean, what can you do? But the next night we get to see fucking Minoru Suzuki and Lance Archer together.
You're going to 2 nights?
Yeah, of course.
You're going to both?
Of course.
Of course.
Front row, both nice.
Of course.
Yeah,
Front row, hard camera side. Yep, got it.
Most of the, I got my 2 shirts on and everything.
Hard cam, middle of the aisle. Like, there's just not a better seat than my guy.
He's gonna just
has.
Waiter service.
Yeah.
No. Okay, well, last time. Hold on.
It's the whole.
Okay, so the last time I was at the G1, Dallas, I was front row. We did have our own bar. We did have our own little bar area.
Yeah, we saw y'all. We were 8 rows back, feeling like peasants. 8 rows back in like 100-row venue, and we felt like peasants because we saw y'all up there. Oh yes, I would love a martini with my Tanahashi match.
First off, I wasn't drinking that nonsense. I was drinking.
He said, y'all guys can get your own beer. They can bring me mine. He was just like,
yep.
We snuck beers in, and he paid $47 a drink. How about them front row tickets? God damn.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter because I'll forever be in the video promo for the Dallas G1.
That's true. You did make it.
Yeah, dude, I'm the guy that's on the the Dallas G1. Yeah, it's fucking great.
With your $40 beer.
Yeah. Oh no. There was no beer drinking. There was no beer drinking that night. There was no beer drinking that night. That was all scotch and fucking
top notch.
Top notch shit. Hey, I would say after this also. I don't know if we talked about this, but Leo Rush is back. I know that.
Oh, again.
Khan. Yeah. He's
again. I love unretired Leo Rush. It's my favorite version of Leo.
Well, didn't he say he had to fulfill these obligations first?
No,
he said that, but he's back. He's back.
Okay. Because I know Tony Khan made a thing like, "Hey, we're talking to him. Do you want to come back?" Like they're like, hint. Do you want to come back? Honestly, I don't see. I with all the acquisitions that AEW is getting, I don't. I as much as I like Leo Rush, I don't want him in AEW.
Yes.
There's no need for him.
Get
No, there's not.
ACH. Get
There's not.
ACH.
He's retired, man. He
No,
retired for good.
I know. It sucks that a lot of
Yeah.
the really like young buck level of
Who is that you
athletic-
said retired?
ACH, man.
ACH.
Yeah, ACH is retired. Leo Rush is in and out of retirement on a constant
Yeah.
basis. Can
Mhm.
you imagine like ACH and Leo Rush versus the Young Bucks? Like that's the match you never knew you needed.
Yeah,
That's
no, man. No, and I just want to give a
That
shout
could
out.
still happen. They're not retired.
We'll see.
Neither one of them.
I hope
We got
not.
that Terry Funk retirement going on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, I'll bet money they will wrestle again. Both of them.
Hey, so
2022.
I will say that Daniel Garcia versus Jay White, low key is gonna be an amazing match.
Hell
Jay
yeah.
White is a super
got a
technical
question.
wrestler.
You
Yes.
got a question, Pure.
Oh no.
Bro.
Yeah. Hey JP, I'm gonna get to it. I just want to say, I just want to put over Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia is my new favorite wrestler.
Dude,
He's an
that guy.
ICW too. Daniel Garcia is making waves on the deathmatch scene. Also,
Yep.
Yeah.
not
Everywhere.
doing deathmatch wrestling. He's just doing technical wrestling at deathmatch shows, and they love it too.
He's
great.
amazing.
He's amazing. So against Jay White, I love it. Now we're gonna see Will Ospreay is gonna reveal a new mystery partner. He's now I think it's gonna be someone from Australia. So it could be other people. It could be it could be Jonah Rock, because he's definitely someone that needs to be signed. So I could definitely see him. And he had the Australia connection. But I think it might be what the fuck's the dude's name from WWE? He's that fucking
Balor.
clone.
Van
Balor.
Arizona.
No,
Seth
no,
Rollins.
no,
Bobby
he's
Lashley. Brock Lesnar.
Drew McIntyre.
JP. Who is it? Tell me, JP. No, the dude who's a fucking he's an Omega Bushi clone. What the fuck's his name?
What?
Okay, anyway,
Omega Ibushi clone?
yes, Buddy Murphy. Thank you. See, JP.
He's not in the WWE anymore.
Oh, Omega
he's not.
and Ibushi. I like that.
Yes, that's what he is.
Okay.
If you watch his matches, there's people that you take some moves, you might take some of the style. This dude literally took both styles, blatantly took both styles, does both the move sets. He wrestles great, but he's a clone of them. So I think it might be Buddy Murphy because they do want a junior for
It's Buddy
the
Matthews
Empire.
now, right?
Could it be Brian Danielson?
I'm sorry, what's his name? Sorry,
Buddy Matthews, isn't it?
I have no idea. Buddy Matthews, yeah. Hey, that's pretty good.
Could
That's
it be
pretty.
Brian Danielson?
But why
Anyway,
put him in a tag match though?
no, to reveal
Why
him.
not? No one would ever see it
Oh,
coming.
wait, you talking about Brian Danielson?
Okay, not every guy needs to walk out to a pre-introduced Twitter introduction. Like that's
No,
the
but I
last
mean,
place you expect Brian Danielson. Imagine the pop in a tag match. Like, come on.
In a heel with
Yeah.
Will Ospreay.
With Ospreay and
Look,
yeah.
man, I don't watch New Japan on the regular.
And-
I only
and- in
tune
his
into
show-
evil matches. I
in his
only
show
tune
that
into
unfortunately-
evil matches.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, only evil matches.
Only
That's
evil.
right.
Yeah, whatever. And I'm excited to see Chris Dickinson again because he's fucking awesome. But other than that, that's all I have for G1. Sorry, I would have. Sorry, I didn't have much evil content. I'll make
I
sure
know.
to.
I'm not
bring
inviting
some
you back
next
next week. You're not getting the link to get.
Real
Seriously.
quick though, because I throw in real quick. 'Cause apparently this whole show, but real quick, big
Sorry.
shout out,
Real
big
quick,
shout out
Melanie.
to all the Texas guys that are going out there to New Japan. Some are going to be debuting. Some are going to be working in the back. So big shout out to I believe some ROW guys and some hybrid guys are going to be out there.
Hybrid
So
guys, yeah.
big shout out to those guys. Safe travels, and I hope to see y'all debut.
Yo, real talk before we cut out, like I know we haven't talked about this at all, but if you are a fan of Cult of Crowley, you need to get out there and you need to see him on the indies because the Cult of Crowley is going straight to like an AEW or a New Japan or an Impact type of shit. No joke. Like Cult of Crowley, like when you talk about like a Ricky Starks or an ACH level talent coming out of Texas, Cult of Crowley is it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
honestly, for those of y'all that are not on the indie scene, if you want to know what your future is in AEW, WWE, wherever, like watch Cult of Crowley.
Yeah.
Hybrid's got a good situation. Mission Pro, like Texas wrestling has not cooled down at all.
No.
Like that's the crazy thing. Like we took Thunder Rosa, we took Ricky Starks, we took ACH. We took some of the top
Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara.
We took a ton of people and just like, hey, we'll take Fuego del Sol, everybody out of Texas, and the game is still staying
Whoa!
strong.
I think you got to look carried away. He's from Mississippi or Alabama.
Got it.
Alabama.
Fuego del
He
Sol's
was
not from
Texas
Texas.
talent, though. when
Yeah,
he
but
played,
he's basically
right?
Texas grown talent. I mean, yeah, he's
Right,
from
yeah,
Alabama,
yeah.
but
He was on 12 Texas cards a month and maybe 1 or 2 Mississippi, though, for real. Like, he
Dude,
was on
and
everybody's
honestly,
card here.
how long is Chandler Hopkins going to be on the Indies? I don't think very long. That dude is so damn talented, and now he's out in
PPW
Chicago,
champion.
Warrior Wrestling, PPW champion. He's out at Warrior Wrestling. He's making waves more on the independents now. I mean, it's so crazy.
Dude.
I mean, New Texas, Mission Pro, all GCWA, all these guys are keeping it hot, and Loco. I mean,
Loco.
all these guys
Loco
are
Wrestling.
going
Loco is
crazy.
going fucking loco. Hey, shout out to Jaime. He put on a great show this weekend as usual. I had a ton of fun.
Fuck you, MC Hardbody.
Dude, and fuck you, Joe Lonzo, for taking a fucking belt.
How did it work out for you, MC Body? You had all those ball people jokes last week. How'd that work out for you?
He's still real cool.
You came on our show.
He's too busy telling people he's cool.
Right.
He's
You
busy
came
telling
on
people how
our
cool he
show
is.
multiple times. Like, we were just trying to have Jaime in, and I'm not even like shit talking. I loved it. But honestly, you talked a lot of shit for somebody that Jimmy Lloyd put to work. You know what I mean? Like,
that guy? Oh, dude, I didn't know his fucking name.
MC Nobody. MC
He was on our
Hardbody.
show last week.
Sorry.
Running
Dude,
his mouth.
no, okay, but
It's not. It is definitely not MC Nobody. It's definitely MC Hardbody. But
No,
it's
no, no,
definitely not MC Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, he was so forgettable that I completely blacked out that we talked to him.
How many times have you seen like a 22-year-old guy with a ponytail drunkenly yelling at you? You know, like a million times.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I used to own a bar, so yeah, that's happened a lot.
I used to be at DJ
a lot.
like MC Nobody, MC Hardbody was every other. God, I can't hear it.
Yeah.
MC Hardbody was every other guy. You know. Like,
Yeah.
but real talk, like Loco is killing it. Like, I love that we're kind of shifting to that because honestly, like, we've been talking a lot about Loco vibe. Like, you hear a lot, for those of y'all that didn't get to make it to a Wrestle Circus show, you get to hear a lot about the Wrestle Circus vibe. And Loco has the Wrestle Circus vibe and then some. Like,
yes.
I can tell you, I've been to Loco, just one show, and like, I've already got tickets to the next Loco show, front row. Like, I'm already there. Like, I will go to all the Loco shows because those guys are legit. Jaime's cool. Everybody at Loco's got it going on. I love what they're doing with their storylines. Joe Alonzo is back. I mean, I can turn it up for you, Joe, if you can't hear it. No, I'm just kidding. But real talk, like, Loco's where it's at in Texas. Loco is a platform right now. Look, it's like Indies, Loco, next level.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I just want to shout out again because they give out fucking Jello shots, and that's my favorite part of the fucking event. Fucking yellow shots.
And guys, you guys all know I'm partial to Mission Pro because we're at a brewery and I get free swag like this.
Wait, you had a brewery?
Yeah, we're at Southern Star Brewery in Conroe, Texas. And
wait, where the hell is that at?
It's outside of Houston.
When are you guys gonna book Sawyer Rick? When are you guys gonna book Sawyer Rick?
No joke. Her schedule is busy.
Really?
So book
it.
If you book Sawyer Rick, most of the Baracho crew will show up.
She's awesome. Can I just say, I just think she's amazing. And I actually was talking to some of the ladies from Mission Pro because, a lot of them, especially the ones in Florida, are now doing some more hardcore matches like Kelsey Regan and stuff like that. So Kelsey's actually going to be on the next show on October 23rd. And we were talking about that because they're starting to dip their foot a little bit because there's an opening to where it's not just a man's world anymore in that area of hardcore and deathmatch. So a lot of women are like, you know what? I'm going to dip my toe. I'm going to see if I can hang. Let me see if I can do it.
Allie Catch, Alabama, Mickey Knuckles, everybody.
Yep.
Sadiqa, fucking
Sadiqa.
Dude, that woman is nuts.
Everybody.
Hey, hold on. What did Murdoch call Sadiqa again?
Oh my God, a lot of things. A monster. I can't remember. Like
No, she was like asleep. She was like a wild bear or something like that. She's like and a tame bear. Fucking love it, dude. Fucking love it.
But I do. I love it. And
Book
just
Sawyer
everything.
Wreck, bro. Book Sawyer Wreck. You gotta
I'm
work
all
this
for it.
out. Like we love Sawyer Wreck. The
Dude,
Baracho crew. We love Sawyer Wreck. Sawyer Wreck. If you're out there, keep fucking shit up.
Yeah.
I agree, man. Her, even like what's her name? Masha Slamovich. I love Masha. She's been out there killing it. That girl just. And then October 23rd is gonna be Holodead and Jody Threat, so that's not gonna be a pretty match. It's gonna be.
Hey, 2 years from now, that Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker match, that's Masha Slamovich and someone else. 2 years.
I agree.
Trust me. Masha Slamovich is going some places.
Absolutely.
That is hardcore. Like if she wanted my spot in line, she could have it. She could have it.
I love Masha. Masha's great. She's so damn talented. Her match, guys, with Alley Catch this past weekend at Borscht on the Beach was awesome. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Because every match so far that Masha's had is just a fucking banger this year. She's tearing it up.
If you're a fan of Mission Pro and how they book Masha Slamovich, you should watch Beyond Wrestling, because Beyond Wrestling shows a very similar respect to Masha Slamovich, and they've got a huge centerpiece around her. And by the way, a little known fact, somebody tweeted out that a wrestler or a worker for that show actually saved their child from drowning in the ocean. Someone tweeted out, they were like, someone saved my child from drowning. The person brought them in, laid them on the beach, and then went back to the wrestling show. We tried to find them and we couldn't. So if you're out there, thank you for saving my child. So I don't know if it was a talent or a worker or a fan. Somebody at Beyond Wrestling saved a life.
That's
indie
crazy.
Wrestling. Support indie wrestling in my state.
Exactly.
It was actually Lawler's kid. It was actually Lawler's kid.
No, was it?
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler's kid.
Yeah, because he talked about it on the show with he does with Meltzer and them.
Did they figure out who said?
I didn't hear who said it was, but
yo, Jersey is wild. Jersey is wild.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's the other thing, from Loco and GCW and a lot of these indie guys are getting a shot on the big stage, which I absolutely freaking love as well, So definitely go out and support indie wrestling, because you never know who's going to show up on the big stage. I just saw some pictures last night. Kayla Sparks, who was on Mission Pro's last charity show, showed up on AEW in New York. So big shout out to her. She's coming off of an injury. She had a concussion. She was out. She's coming back. She came back in a big way. People are watching these indies, guys, and if you're not watching it, you are missing out on amazing products.
Rampage, Dark, and AEW's other show are really highlighting indie scenes. Shout out to Ricky Shane Page, who is probably going to get an AEW contract.
Dude, he's been killing it on Dark, man.
He started showing up in AEW, and the 440 storyline that was going on in Deathmatch Indie Wrestling has teetered off.
Yes.
And now we've officially seen Atticus Kogar, who was like the right-hand man to Ricky, claim that he is out. He's not 440. He is Atticus, singles runner. This could be because Ricky's got some good news from AEW, and maybe they want to bring him in more often, and now there's not time for 440 because it just seems to be over. So I'm really hoping Ricky gets his break. Like, Ricky's a good wrestler. I know he's a little bit chubby, but you guys got to think about, like, you know.
He's got in shape, though. He's got in shape. He's got in really good shape.
I'm sorry, but look at Joey.
From what I saw before.
Joey break.
Come on now.
I've seen 2015 Ricky Shane Page, so
I'm sorry. Okay, my bad.
You got to me when you are that far. Hey, I told you. Don't be mad at me. I told you. Cage, Tournament of Death. He came out in a "I'm a hugger" shirt. I'm a hugger, and it had to have been a large. There's no way Ricky Shane Page.
Listen, 2015, I weighed like 135, 140. So
I don't fucking care. I don't care.
We've all gained weight.
2 pounds lighter back then, and now you're 2 pounds heavier. I've seen your abs. No one cares.
Yeah.
200.
But guys, I also want to say, there's also a little young lady in our backyard who is also PPW champ, who's been flying out to Florida. So for some dark matches. So big shout out to her. We all know who she is.
Literally.
Maddie's in your backyard right now?
Might be.
Wait.
Tied up.
You
Tied
said
up.
someone was in
She'd
your-
be tied up.
someone was
I
in your
said
backyard.
she's in
Brad.
our backyard. She's in our
You said someone
backyard.
was in your. There's no one in my backyard right now. But if
Well,
I
I
said,
don't know.
just by the way, there's a current PPW champ in my backyard. you'd be
Well,
like,
she
"Oh,
could be
shit."
tied up, gagged,
hey.
and just told
Yeah,
you.
well, I don't know how they got there. They're just there.
Brad, you need to go ahead, cut this clip, because this is a first. Melanie said something positive about
She didn't say her name.
No,
She
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
her name.
anybody's name.
no,
I
no,
did not say anybody's name.
She didn't.
Oh,
God
Maddie!
damn it, Angel.
Maddie, if
Maddie.
you can hear me, we are calling 911 right now.
I don't know who that
We
is.
all know about your storied feud with
Mel's like,
Maddie.
I gotta
I don't
go.
know who that
Definitely
is.
hog
Like, I gotta
tied
go.
Your shit right now.
I
no.
definitely
Maddie,
don't know who you're
go.
talking about.
Like, bye, Mel. She's like,
I'm
I gotta go.
I'm all. Wait, shut up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think this was with the new format. I can speak for probably all of us. I think this was a pretty good
Yeah,
success.
for sure.
Yeah.
Just want to put it out there though. We're gonna start bringing in guests, but this is gonna be the format. So now y'all kind of get the vibe of everyone out there. So reach out, slide in the DMs or however y'all say it. Let us know if you want to come join us and talk wrestling. That's because that's what we do on Thursday nights.
You're fucking
You
right.
see it? We're just talking shit.
Absolutely. To think, Maddie.
Maddie did give Mel her sweater.
She
Said, "Here,
What?
please."
She
have
threw
this
her
gold."
sweaty, stank sweater on my face, Ryan. Don't. Full of like dog hair and her long ass hair.
Dog
No.
hair. She walked the entrance ramp of PPW. There were no dogs at PPW.
Well, maybe
That
she
was
needs to
hair.
clean her
If
shit.
you got hair off that
Clean
sweater,
shit.
that had to have been the.
She needs to
Bryce
clean
Scott
her
pig
shit.
hair.
No, she needs
Bryce
to clean her
Scott
shit.
pig hair. You got pig hair in your face. That was Bryce Scott
What?
pig hair.
Fucking pig. Okay, anyways, I think we're done.
No,
I
Bryce
think we're done.
Scott's pig was at that show. That is a fact.
Well, Maddie needs to stop taking clothes off a damn pig then and buy her own shit.
Oh, ouch. I did no, Maddie. I did not imply that. I did not imply
You
that.
did.
I hope that Maddie punches you in the throat.
You'll like another one?
I'm short. I'm kicker than me.
Oh shit.
See y'all.
We have.
Boom.
Whoa. Go Yankees.
What?